compared to those who didn't. So if you think that's going to shed the pounds for you, unfortunately it's not. Diabetes is another possible thing that drinking these sodas can lead to. A daily sugar-containing soda habit increases a woman's risk of developing diabetes by 83% compared to women who have less than one sweetened drink per month. And another study showed that artificial sweeteners altered the collection of bacteria known as microbiome in the digestive tract in a way that caused blood glucose levels to rise higher than expected and to fall more slowly than they otherwise would. So that suggests that artificial sweeteners contribute directly to rising rates of type 2 diabetes. And we're going to talk more about those artificial sweeteners in a bit. Heart attack. Oof. One study found 43% increase in the risk of heart attack and stroke among individuals who habitually consumed a daily diet soda, ladies, compared to those who do not. Kidney issues. Drinking 2 or more diet sodas daily is associated with a decline in a measure of kidney function in women. Premature birth. Oh boy. One study found that the risk of giving birth prematurely increased by 38% among women who drank diet soda daily, and by 78% among those who drank 4 or more diet sodas. 4 or more? Who's drinking that much soda? Oh my gosh. Apparently there's people who do. I'm sure there are, but wow. So, bottom line, forget cutting back on soda. Just eliminate it altogether. Go for the filtered water, unsweetened tea. The sweetened version of tea is no better than soda, apparently. Or sparkling water mixed with a splash of natural fruit juice. That's the one I like. After a week or 2, you'll feel better and be less likely to go back. Absolutely, you can swap it out and just get into that habit. I was able to do that, transition out of that. I never had a huge habit of drinking sodas, but I drank more than I do now, for sure. So get rid of those diet sodas and regular sodas too. Alright, so that's one thing you can think about doing as part of your New Year's resolutions to increase your wellness quotient, if you will. So let's talk about some more ways to keep those New Year's resolutions. So one thing we can do to help keep your resolutions is to make sure that they are doable. Okay, nothing's worse than setting your goal that is, all but unreachable. So, there are ways to, really encourage yourself to reach those goals that you have. Make sure they're reachable. Make sure you're taking a little step, and reward yourself when you do take a little step toward it. If you backtrack, which is more than likely, don't get so discouraged that you throw everything out the window and forget about it. You just keep going, and understand that most changes take quite a while to adapt into your life. I'm going to look up, I can't remember exactly, I believe it's 45 days of doing something or not doing something before it becomes solidified into your habits. I believe it's a 45-day period time of period of time, and that's the shortest period of time. Usually it takes a lot more, particularly if you're undoing a habit that you've been doing for quite some time. So that's another way to really try to keep those New Year's resolutions. It's really about the motivation, the attitude, and the energy. And ask yourself why you're doing it. Why do you want to make that change? Is it just because somebody has told you that you should? Is it just out of a sense of guilt? Or, as I said, that you feel you ought to do this? You ought to be a certain weight, or you ought to be able to do certain things. You ought to be taking up a new exercise routine, that kind of thing. Ask yourself why, because that's the most important thing. That's what will keep you motivated. And then once you understand the why, what is it that you're going to get from it? Envision how you feel, or how you will feel once you have achieved this. Just keep that fresh in your mind, and you'll begin to create ways of achieving these things naturally, where you're not fighting for it, but it just naturally flows and it naturally happens. So some things you can think about doing is changing your snacking habits. If you have snacking habits, which is actually a good idea. It's good to snack throughout the day instead of chowing down a huge amount of food at one sitting. If you snack throughout the day, it can help actually keep your blood sugar levels and energy steady, and that will help you with mood and efficiency at work, and even keep your appetite under control. It's when you wait so long to eat that you tend to eat more than you would if you eat a little bit throughout the day. But it's what you snack on, of course, which will either be healthy for you and help you if you're trying to lose weight or what have you, or sabotage your desires. So processed foods, of course, are the ones that will sabotage you. There's too many calories, too much fat and carbohydrates, salt, and all these other additives that just are terrible for you. So instead, think of snacks ahead of time, like fresh or dried fruit that you enjoy, maybe some nuts like peanuts or cashews or walnuts, natural cheeses. Cheese is my thing. Cheese is my thing. Okay, cheese is my jam. And dark chocolate with at least 70% cocoa solid, so the good kind of chocolate, not the cheap kind of chocolate. So those are great things to snack on, and will help you stay healthy. You can get lower calorie cheeses if you want to. One of the things they're finding in the research, and actually has been known for quite some time, is that for those concerned about weight and overeating and all of that, it's not fat. It's not the fat that you need to be concerned with. It's not even the carbs so much that you need to be concerned with. It's the sugar. That's the biggie. Another thing you can think about doing is breathing exercises. Breathing techniques are a drug-free way to help you lower your blood pressure, calm a racing heart, and settle an upset digestive system. So good breathing has direct influence on emotional states and moods. So when you're upset, you start to breathe, rapidly and irregularly. But if you take slow, deep breaths, quiet and regular, and continue to repeat them, this will help you relax, reduce your stress, and tackle some of these health issues. And we always talk about breathing techniques on this show. We'll continue to talk about them. We'll come back to that topic in a while. Now, maybe you might want to think about a personal trainer. That could be expensive, but if you can't afford a personal trainer who can help you make a plan, there are a myriad of videos that you can stream that will help you, give you information that you need, and help you do a variety of different workouts. I'm a big yoga enthusiast and advocate, so I think yoga is the exercise that is the best for you. It's been criticized by some because they feel it's not aerobic enough, but there are aerobic style yogas where you're moving constantly that can really be handle all of your exercise needs. And then if you walk, that can give you that the aerobics that many doctors are concerned about. So that's another thing that you can do, and you can also think about volunteering to do some service to the community. That can help make you feel really great and give you opportunities to use your talents, meet people, and really boost your self-esteem too. So those are some things that will help you, because all of those things go to from the holistic point of view that this show focuses on. All of those things help you to boost your immune system when you are doing those breathing exercises, when you've got a healthy self-esteem, when you've got an exercise or movement program that you enjoy doing regularly. Those are all things that will really help you. And if you're staying away from that sugar and those sugary sodas, that's another one. But also diet is really important in boosting that immune system. So let's talk about some foods that you might want to think about for our winter wellness program. And then we're going to talk about the future of healthcare. There's so much information in this one that I have a feeling this is going to be a couple of episodes over the next couple of weeks, but we'll get to as much as we can. So if you want to help support your immune system, that natural vitamin C is the biggie. That's the big antioxidant that's important to get. And while you can, of course, there's all kinds of sources of vitamin C through supplements. The best is obviously coming from a natural source. So some of these sources are great foods that you can enjoy and eat regularly. Broccoli, I love broccoli. There's a lot of people who don't, but that's one thing I eat, regularly. That it's a good source of vitamin C, and I enjoy. Cantaloupe has a high level of vitamin C, along with oranges and kiwi. Now, here's one thing I didn't realize: peppers. Peppers are a good source of vitamin C. I had not realized that. I knew about the citrus fruits such as pineapple and grapefruit, and oranges and all of those, but I didn't know peppers had vitamin C. So that's one thing to put on the list. And strawberries. We never think of strawberries, though I love them. I never think of them as a source of vitamin C.